Return to the hometown to celebrate Aidilfitri is the largest annual human movement in Malaysia, as Aidilfitri is the most important holiday in the country. From all routes outward of Kuala Lumpur, the most notorious route is the route between Kuala Lumpur and Kota Bharu towards the state of Kelantan. Unlike the other states, which might need to spend a few extra hours to arrive at their destination, homecomers heading towards Kota Bharu need to spend up to 20 hours on the road for a 430 kilometers road trip. Why do the homecomers from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Bharu need to brace up to 20 hours on the traffic, and what are the causes? Let's travel on the Federal Route 8 and Federal Route 34 to experience the driving on the holiday season and to understand of the reasons of the snarl traffic movement. During my trip to the East Coast, there are numerous topics that could be shared with the world. East Coast Expressway, Lively Night during Ramadan, or the last river ferry in Peninsula at Pangkalan Kubor. However, there is something that grabbed my attention: the continuous cars lined up to enter Kelantan non-stop. On usual days, driving from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Bharu only took about 8 hours, not including rest stop and fuel stop. To understand the reason of the immense number of homecomers and the snarl traffic that occurs, we need to look back at the interstate transport to and from Kelantan. In the early 20th century, the geography of Kelantan makes the state relatively isolated from the most of the Malay states. Dirt roads link Kelantan with Terengganu, while there are jungle tracks that hardly used regularly due to harsh jungle terrain, its remoteness, and safety issues such as robbery by highwaymen. During British colonization era, railway linked Kelantan with neighbouring Pahang to the south, completed in 1932, and Siam, today Thailand, to the northeast, crossing Sungai Golok. A trip from Kuala Lumpur to Tumpat, the terminus of Malayan Railway East Coast Line, could take 20 hours. Steam locomotives gradually replaced by diesel locomotives, but the speed hardly increased and difficulty of transport between Kelantan and the rest of Peninsula persisted. There is an airport in Pangkalan Chepa with direct flights to Kuala Lumpur, but let's be real, how many people can afford to buy a flight ticket that is price inflated during the holiday? It was only by the 1970s, when the paved roads started to be built, that travel time to Kelantan reduced significantly. New roads have been built to link Kelantan to the neighbouring Perak and Pahang by road. In 1982, East-West Highway was opened to traffic within Army Convoy, shortened the distance between Kota Bharu and Penang Port in Butterworth from 950 km to 325 km. The road between Kuala Krai and Gua Musang was opened in 1983, while Gua Musang and Kuala Lipis section was opened in 1986. Improvement on the existing roads such as overtaking lane and more furniture have been added, while the expansion of urban area of Kota Bharu makes the city roads to be widened into 4 lanes. However, the road remained the same for many years because Kelantan is one of the 2 peninsular states that has no toll expressway. The other one is Perlis. Perlis is connected with dual carriageway to the North-South Expressway or PLUS at Changlun. Combined with the low population of more than 200,000 people, expressway is not viable. Expressway is often owned and operated by a private company which collected toll to cover the operating and maintenance costs together with the loans payment. Charging a toll will increase the transport costs and cause the low-income road users to lose part of their disposable income just to move around. The concession contract may allow gradual toll increase to cover the increasing costs or request the state or federal government to cover the increase if the toll increase is not allowed. By the Kelantan state government standing since 1990, road should be open and free for all to use. As a result, no toll expressway in Kelantan. The nearest thing that Kelantan has as a highway is Salo Highway, linking Tunjong and Pasir Mas, shortening the distance between Kota Bharu and border town of Rantau Panjang. Salo Highway is designed with Super 2 highway specification with wide road shoulder but no divider. To date, none of the federal and state roads in Kelantan border are rebuilt with Super 2 highway specification, no road shoulder, no divider. As a result, Kelantan is the only state in Peninsula that is not connected by a dual carriageway to any neighbouring state. Increasing number of travellers, increasing number of vehicles on the same road year by year did not deter the homecomers to return to the family no matter what, no matter how long it takes. You might say that flight from KLIA to Pangkalan Cepa is faster with only 1 hour flight duration. However, how much money need to be spent on expensive flight tickets, especially during the holiday season? Furthermore, checked baggage will be charged extra by the low-cost airlines. Now everyone can cry. Other option is to buy special express train ticket from KL Central to towns in Western Pahang and Kelantan, which will sold out even before Ramadan. I talked about the Express Hayat Timuran that operated between Johor Bahru and Tumpat on the previous video, the last regular intercity express train in Malaysia. The link to watch this video will be appeared right. Similarly happened to Express Bus. The ticket bound for Kelantan sold out weeks before Aidilfitri. Express buses caught on the snarl traffic as well, thus the travel time is longer than the usual at 8 hours. Therefore, driving a vehicle is a primary choice for the homecomers for its convenience, flexibility and cost. As a comparison, drivers heading towards Alor Star on normal traffic breeze about 5 hours with similar distance of 430 km from Kuala Lumpur. In recent years, the traffic is similarly congested during long weekends and other major holidays. Definitely, almost everyone is not returned to the hometown before Christmas to decorate the pine tree. According to Anih Berhad, the operator of KL Karak Expressway and East Coast Expressway or LPT Phase 1, the company expected that more than 1.9 million vehicles will use KL Karak Expressway before Aidilfitri holiday on April 2024. What are the reasons that the traffic bound to Kelantan is worse than the traffic bound for other states in Peninsula? Reason number 1, the single lane roads. The main entrance to Kelantan are at Pasir Puteh and Tok Bali at the east, Gua Musang at the south, Jelly at the west and border crossings of Bukit Bunga, Ratu Panjang and Pangkalung Kubur in the northwest. All the road entrances to Kelantan are 2-lane roads with single lane of each direction except Pangkalung Kubur. Very right. 2-lane roads with towns, villages, shop plots and countless stalls throughout the way, which led to number 2, numerous junctions. Junctions linking major roads to the villages, shop lots and rural roads are directly connected to the road, which cause a lot of conflict points. And what are the conflict points? Conflict points are the points where two vehicles can meet and collide, a road accident. Conflict points occur at the junction, side parking, small intersection, shop lots and numerous points where the vehicles need to turn to right, slowing down vehicles in both directions. What was the fault forwarding cars that? Due to undivided lane, vehicles from one lane could enter the opposite lane, conflict point head-to-head accident. As a comparison, toll expressway have minimal conflict points as the lanes are divided and access are controlled. On expressway, conflict points only occur at entrance and exit of an intersection and rest area. Since the traffic in the large junction need to be controlled, it led to number 3, traffic lights. Traffic lights in Kelantan is often triggered by timer, not by sensor. Just a few years back, prior in 2020, several traffic lights in Kota Bharu use the timer as it is cheaper to install and easier to maintain. The 199 timer, 198. Currently, the traffic lights in Kota Bharu seems to be triggered by sensor, which is an accomplishment. During the major holidays, the traffic lights will be turned off to allow more vehicles to pass through a junction, but the vehicles will slow down nevertheless. Is there any solution to solve or at least improve the traffic speed between Bentong and Kota Bharu in the long term? Central Spine Road is a toll-free highway between Bentong and Kuala Krai, which closely aligns with the existing Federal Route 8 with planned extension to Simpang Pelangai to the south. As a compromise of the need of dual carriageway and a toll-free road, Central Spine Road is currently under construction in stages. I talked about the Central Spine Road in the previous video where the highway serving Western Pahang and Kelantan and the reason why its construction is slower than the toll expressway project. The link to watch this video will be appeared Kota Baru Kuala Krai or KBKK or People's Highway is the long-term plan by Kelantan State Government to link Kota Baru with inland town of Kuala Krai, bypassing towns and villages throughout the way. Based on the principle of toll-free highway, KBKK Highway was built without toll plaza and fully funded by government allocation. Thus, it faced similar issues with CSR project that cost only 15 kilometers out of planned 70 kilometers was completed after more than 10 years of construction. As in 2024, KBKK Highway is integrated as part of the Central Spine Road project, albeit its construction and maintenance is under the purview of Kelantan State Government. Another grand project, East Coast Rail Line or ECRL, funded by soft loans from China and constructed by Chinese construction company, is rapidly progressing. ECRL will link Gombak, the current terminus of LRT Kelana Jaya Line, with Kota Baru, covering 3 states and serving all 3 state capitals. The standard gauge will allow the train to travel up to 160 km per hour faster than the ETS operation on the West Coast using the meter gauge. The effort to improve the traffic conditions should not stop just like that. Public bus network in Kelantan should be reorganized and its frequency increased. The main reason why people drive to Kelantan is because of unreliable local public bus system. Has anyone ever tried to ride Mutiara Rentas Desa? I did. Waiting time is 1 hour if the bus arrives at all and not caught in traffic. Also, Mutiara Rentas Desa only operates at daylight and no bus service at night. Parking management should be highlighted as well. Often the congestion happens at the point of interest where parking is scarce. Area around Masjid Muhammadi, Wakaf Cik Yeh, Wakaf Baru, Kubang Krian and other major town centres. Perhaps this is a good time to meet upon the local legislators and complain of these long-standing issues of traffic congestion. If you want to drive in Kelantan on the holiday season, ensure an ample preparation before start driving. Cars should be properly serviced, drivers should be all well in health, fuel and food stocked up well. To check the latest traffic condition, Google Maps is your friend on the journey. It is more up to date than any social media postings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something new about driving to Kelantan and the reasons of snarl traffic movement during the festive season. Thank you so much for watching again and see you in the next video.